A man made of steel. It's a haunting and powerful image, but what does it say of the real Ned Kelly, Australia's most famous bushranger?
As far as a man goes, I would say yes, he'd have been on the top of my list.
He was what they call a cop killer or police murderer, and it's something that people should remember, and something that I remember.
Tonight, we lift the armour off and discover that part of Australia known as Kelly Country. It stretches from the rolling hills and plains of Victoria to the rugged high country of the Alps, even pushing into southern New South Wales. The land he moved in was hard and uncompromising, and no one knew it better than Ned Kelly and his gang of outlaws. Born in 1854, young Ned grew up within Cooey of Melbourne, in this house at Beveridge built by his father. Red Kelly, a poor Irish Catholic, had been transported to Australia as a convict for stealing pigs. His untimely death at the age of 45 left 11-year-old Ned as the head of the family.
How do you think Ned Kelly felt because he didn't have a father?
Really, really sad. He would turn bad because he would be very, very cross.
What about you, Catherine?
His life would be very hard because if your mum went out shopping and your dad wasn't there to look after you, it would be really lonely.
7-year-old Katherine Wood holds a special place in her class at Yarrawonga.
My great-great-grandmother is Ned Kelly's auntie.
But there's a twist, one which would mightily surprise Ned if he were alive today.
It's time for billy cart practicing now.
You want me to knock off now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yep, Catherine's dad, Matthew, is the local station commander for the Victorian Police, old enemies of the bushrangers.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Today, the Woods are in training for a very special event, a billy cart derby called the Ned Kelly Cup. The family's Kelly connection was an accidental discovery of Mum Donna, herself a retired detective.
Here am I, ex-police, and I'm related to one of the most infamous bushrangers in Australia. And I told Matthew, and he just said, I should have checked your criminal record before I married you, really, shouldn't you?
Should have checked the ancestry. Just come from a family of murder and thieves.
I built this cart at Scout and I spray painted it myself, and you use the rope to steer with. I've only been in it once and I tipped it, and I don't really want to tip it again, but it's still really cool fun.
Time for a bit of practice, Cal. Let's go. You ready?
Yep.
10-year-old Kelly Smith lives in historic Greta. It's no accident her first name is Kelly. Her great-great-grandfather was Ned's cousin.
You learning anything tonight?
Yeah.
Right.
Kelly's grandfather, Ken Lloyd, is also her coach for the upcoming billy cart derby.
Kenny, you wear the tyres out.
How many sugars, Nolene?
Just one, please, Mum.
That's Kelly's nana, Shirl, and Nolene is Kelly's mum.
What is this billy cart race anyway?
Well, it's a Ned Kelly Cup, and that's why I want to be in it, because it's the Ned Kelly Cup.
He never had a billy cart.
How do you know?
He didn't. He used to ride a horse
He
everywhere.
could have had a billy cart when he was a kid.
Surely they didn't have bloody billy carts when they were kids.
I think the billy carts, I honestly do, go right back to Roman time. They used to just bounce along on square wheels, and then they made them.
They'd have headaches from going up and down.
But they were tough kids in them days on. God. I'll bet you $50 that if you go right back, you'll find they were square wheels.
Not $50, I don't have that much money to spend on you. I'll have...
On me?
Yeah, I'll bet you $10.
All right, $10. $10 I'll bet.
$10 then.
Following the death of Ned Kelly's father, the family moved upstate to northeast Victoria in the shadow of the Alps. Teenage Ned soon came under the influence of Harry Power, an old bushie who turned his considerable talents to bushranging. Ned Kelly served his nefarious apprenticeship with Harry in the King Valley, nowadays better known as a fine wine-producing district. With the Ned Kelly Cup fast approaching, young Kelly Smith has put practice aside for the moment to learn a few tricks from her grandpa Ken, who breaks in racehorses for a living.
How's she going?
Not too bad, Kel. She's still a bit tight yet, but she'll soon relax.
You never know until they hit the racetrack what they're going to be. The prettiest ones are sometimes the most useless ones.
Ned Kelly was a pretty good horseman too. One of the first charges laid against him was for receiving a stolen horse. He got 3 years hard labour for that alone, leading many to believe the police were out to get him.
I'm not saying he was a saint, but he had it pretty hard when they were hounding him and hounding his family.
A major turning point in the life of Ned Kelly concerns this man, Police Constable Alex Fitzpatrick. In 1878, he called on the Kelly house in Greta to arrest Ned's brother Dan on a charge of cattle stealing. But instead of leaving the property with an arrest, Fitzpatrick nursed a nasty wrist wound. Why? Well, there's evidence to suggest the policeman was drunk and took a bullet for trying to force himself on Ned's sister Kate. The incident was portrayed this way in Australia's first feature film, the story of the Kelly Gang. Ned and Dan took to the hills, and their mum Ellen was promptly arrested. When Judge Barry sentenced Ellen to 3 years hard labour in the Beechworth Jail, the stage was set for a showdown between the Kellys and the police.
None of us know what it was like to be poor Irish and Catholic being hounded by police who were from England, and which is what they'd tried to escape, to come to Australia and have their own country. And it never worked out because they came over and got exactly the same again.
The rugged and cicada-infested Wombat Ranges. Now they were wanted men, Ned Kelly and his brother Dan sought refuge here at Stringybark Creek. They were joined by old friends Joe Byrne and Steve Hart, and the Kelly Gang was born. But trouble wasn't far away. A posse of 4 police troopers soon came looking, and the outlaws were ready with guns drawn. In the carnage that followed, only one policeman, Constable Thomas McIntyre, lived to tell the tale.
He is a hero, and not only to me, but other members of the family.
Howard Humphrey is Constable McIntyre's grandson, and this is his first time at Stringybark Creek. But he knows all too well how his grandfather dodged the gang's bullets.
The Kelly gang had chased him and fired at him. They fired many shots at him, but fortunately they didn't hit him. And had the Kelly bullets hit my grandfather and killed him, well, naturally I wouldn't be standing here now.
And so began a deadly game of hide and seek, the Kelly gang and their sympathisers outwitting a massive police hunt for more than 2 years. The bushrangers often moved at night, trailblazing through the scrub and making a virtue of the pristine bush they shared with wild plants, animals and birds. Along the way, the outlaws became bank robbers of the most brazen kind, even venturing over the border into Geraldo for an assault on the Bank of New South Wales.
I'm Kelly. Is that all? Where's Kate? Where's Kate? The manager.
No nonsense. We want the key to the safe.
Before they left, Ned released the famous Geraldo letter, venting his spleen against the government and the police.
This is what Ned Kelly says about the Victorian police in his Geraldo letter. A parcel of big, ugly, fat-necked, wombat-headed, big-bellied, magpie-legged, narrow-hipped, splayed-footed sons of Irish bailiffs or English landlords, who some call honest gentlemen.
That's not a bad description of quite a few police that I know.
Me too.
But,
just kidding.
It's quite appropriate the Ned Kelly Cup is being held at the base of the Strathbogie Ranges. Almost 120 years ago to the day, the Kelly gang robbed a bank in nearby Euroa.
Give us an ice cream, mister.
Kelly, there's someone who wants to talk to you.
Hello.
Kelly, it's Ned.
Hi Ned, how are you?
Believe it or not, it's young Kelly's Uncle Ned, a shearer calling from a sheep station in the South Australian outback.
Now you've got to go out there and go like heck, okay?
I'll try.
Okay, and you do your best.
All right then.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Kelly encountered stiff competition in her age division and just missed out on a finals berth. In the open class, off-duty Sergeant Matthew Wood suffered a lapse in concentration at a critical moment.
Daddy, why did you do that?
Oh, I didn't really mean it, Dale.
But the news wasn't all bad. Young Katherine Wood fought bravely to finish second in the juniors, guaranteeing her a start in the final of the Ned Kelly Cup.
Another baby.
Glen Rowan, forever marked as the setting for a violent climax to the Ned Kelly saga. The gang set a bloody trap for the police by executing an informer and betting that a trainload of police would follow. They did, and Ned ripped up the line at Glen Rowan, hoping the train would derail. The Kelly plan might have worked, except for the local schoolmaster, who alerted the authorities by waving a lantern in the dark. Now the police held the upper hand, they wasted no time in launching a full-scale assault on the gang in the Glen Rowan Hotel. 3 of the outlaws were either shot dead or committed suicide before the siege ended, with fire engulfing the pub. But Ned was far from finished. He had his own surprise, one that he'd been preparing for a long time. Ned's fatal flaw was in not making a full suit of the bulletproof armour. He was brought down by a few well-aimed bullets to his legs.
Oh, yay! You're about to witness the final of the Billy Cart Ned Kelly Cup.
It's now or never for Katherine Wood, her first shot at billy cart stardom.
Oh, yay! Go!
Katherine just couldn't sustain the pace, but still, she ran a very good race.
Our third place getter is Katherine Wood.
Oh, Katherine, well done.
Well done, Dale.
Good on you. Well done, Katherine.
Now, remember that unresolved argument over the history of the billy cart? In our research, we found that in days of old, working billy goats used to haul carts around with market produce. Get it? Billy goat plus cart equals billy cart. We'll never know if Ned Kelly had a billy cart. After a short trial, he was sentenced to hang in the old Melbourne jail on the 11th of November 1880. More than 32,000 people signed a petition calling for leniency, but the government wanted Ned Kelly dead. As the condemned man approached the gallows, he was heard to say, "Such is life." Ned Kelly may be long gone, but his legacy lives on, and the country he moved through is still rich with Kelly connections. He proudly thumbed his nose at authority and died young for his cause. Was he a saint or scoundrel? The secrets of his life are scattered right through Kelly country, and it's there they'll stay.